What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to Million Dollar Hair Man. Quick channel announcement. We've officially crossed over the 1,000 subscriber point, which is like hard to believe. It's insane. Right now I'm sitting at 1,100 subscribers exactly. And that blows my mind that there's, even a couple hundred of you that like to watch this crap. But there are, apparently, and so I will continue to make this garbage because, just know that I'm only joking. Kind of. I don't think my content's garbage, but I'm still pretty surprised that there's a lot of you. Anyway, for kind of reaching this milestone, I figured that I would do kind of a little about me and then maybe show you around my studio. So, if you don't care to know who I am or where I film, then feel free to leave this video. It's definitely not like my other content. This is more of like a vlog. But, okay, so I'll get started. My name is James in real life. And I live with my husband of 13 years down here in South Texas. I say 13 years. Gay marriage has only been legal for, I think, like 10. Obviously, we've been together since before gay marriage was legal. And recently, whenever we went to go get our marriage license, we were able to backtrack the date. So we backtracked it all the way to October of 2015. So we've been married on paper for coming up on 10 years, but we've been together for 13 years. I am neurodivergent AF. Specifically, I have autism and ADHD. I think there's like a term for that, like ADASD, maybe, attention deficit autism spectrum disorder. I don't know. I think there's a term for the exact cocktail of fucked up that I am. But, on that note, because of that, I do find it hard to look people directly in the eye when I'm talking to them. And I do also find that same kind of awkwardness whenever I'm looking at a camera and talking to it, because to me, that's eyes. I can do it as long as I'm thinking about it, but 90% of the time in my videos, my eyes are kind of wandering around, or I'm checking my monitor religiously to make sure that, you can see whatever it is that I'm holding up. But, yeah, I don't tend to look people in the eye or the camera in its eye very often. It actually took kind of a lot for me to start posting on YouTube for that reason. There was a couple creators that inspired me, and it's funny because I say that and I have no idea what their names are. But there is this one person. Their pronouns are they, them, and they make sure to say that, I think, at the beginning of all their videos. They're also extremely autistic, and I say that and it sounds like a bad thing, but it's really not. It's just noticeable. But when that person, I started seeing that person post a lot, and they have a really a good following, and I kind of figured, as messed up as it's gonna sound, I kind of figured, well, I don't feel like I'm that autistic. Maybe I could try, right? And so that's what made me try. And I appreciate creators that really kind of go out and stick their neck out and do whatever they love to do and share it with the world, even if starting to share it with the world is super uncomfortable, because it is. But it becomes an obsession, and so now I really just love sitting in front of the camera. And yeah, I love to put videos out. I don't know what that is. There's an adrenaline rush behind it. Okay, pets. I know that there's always animal noises in the background of my videos, except for this one, actually, because we've moved the noisy animals away to the other room. But they're usually not in this room, right? But they're usually in a room pretty close. And anyway, so I've got 3 cats. One of which is allergic to cats, which is crazy. So she's like always crying in one eye, and we have to like wipe her eyes and stuff. But yeah, like she lives with a cat allergy. I can only imagine that's gotta suck so bad. I have 2 quails, which are like they're that crazy noise that you hear non-stop in the background of my videos. I mean, like they hate hearing me talk, and they can hear me talk from across the house. So, and it's wild. They just like it completely dead silent. If you make noise, they scream. You watch YouTube in front of them, they scream. Okay, I have 13 chickens in our backyard. And mind you, we don't live on a farm. We live in the suburbs. So I've got 13 chickens in the suburbs, 2 of which are roosters. So they crow every morning, wake my neighbors up. We bribe my neighbors not to complain with eggs, you know, because we have a lot of eggs. So, and everybody likes eggs. Anyway, yeah, that's the extent of our babies. Oh, we also have 3 newborn chicks, so I guess we're up to like 16 chickens. Ugh. City ordinance is 6, and we're not allowed to have any males. So, yeah, I'm breaking the rules pretty bad. I guess also, before I show you the studio, I'll kind of talk about what got me into doll collecting. No, I won't, because that's a really, really, really depressing story. That's really depressing. My childhood was kind of whack. I feel like a lot of people born in the 90s had kind of a whack childhood, but yeah, my parents were terrible. They're dead now, and that's a good thing. So, like, honestly, it's a good thing. I've got them both in jars in my dining room. So, I mean jars. They're urns. But yeah, no, I've got them both in where I can see them at all times. Terrible, terrible, terrible parents. And yeah, I think that's what got me into toy collecting. I was going to say that it's too sad to say, but I'll just say it. Like when I was a kid, my parents would get me Christmas gifts and birthday gifts and let me play with them for like a day or two. And then they would take them and pawn them or take them and return them, right? And get the money back and then go buy heroin with the money. So I didn't have a lot of toys, I don't think. And it's kind of hard to remember back then too, because I feel like I suppressed a lot of it. But, you know, world's smallest violin over here. I hate when videos get like touchy, so I'm gonna try to, even though that was kind of sad shit, I'm gonna try to like, I'll play some like techno music or something. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so that's what got me into collecting toys is I bought a Frankenstein. It was Day Out Frankenstein because I just liked the way that they looked. And that kind of excitement of opening the box and looking at it and just, I don't know, just a little bit of imagination that kind of started to happen. It was something that I hadn't felt in a really, really long time. And I remember, I don't know, nothing was mine for too long, you know? So now I'm an adult and I get to spend adult money. And so I just buy toys because they make me happy, you know? I don't know how else to say that. They make me happy. And nobody's here to take my toys away from me unless I have to move or something, in which case I'm an adult, so I'm fine with making decisions like that, and I'm willing to let go of things, right? But yeah, nobody in my life is going to forcibly take my toys from me, and that's such a beautiful feeling. Anyway, before this gets way too freaking sad, I guess I'll show you around my studio. And this video is going to be kind of everywhere. I mean, yeah, it's already like 11 minutes into recording, so you probably know it's a little everywhere. But yeah, let me get on the other side of the camera. I will show you around. Okay, yeah. Just picking up my tripod, because this is the easiest thing to do. Here's my desk. And there's my door. So I'm going to go stand at my door, right? And it's, you know, it's just little nook. And you can see here all of my Queenies cards and the little posters that they come with. Because, yeah, these are cute. I just like to hang things. I'm a little bit of a hoarder. Okay, like I said, little nook. You walk into my studio, this is what you see immediately. This is the view. And I mean, it's nothing too crazy, nothing special, but here's these guys. These are, oh my God, these are called Baby 3 Lily Rabbit Town. They remind me of Labubu, is it? Yeah, I think it's Labubu, Labubba, something. Labobo. I don't freaking know. But they remind me of those, but in my opinion, these are way cuter. You can swap the faces. I have a short showing that, and each one is scented, and they're so soft. Like, so soft. Anyway. Moving on from that, I have, let me get behind my desk so you can see this properly. I have all of my figures and the, what's it called? Like the Mega Bloks sets for all the Monster High characters. This here is actually a Cricut light board for like doing vinyl projects. And I don't know if you can see that very well. There you go. Yeah, Cricut for doing vinyl projects. And I just kind of figured it actually makes a really, really good mountable light. It illuminates the collection pretty well. Right here is this little Monster High like bed. I kind of just put it in here for sound absorption and also because I want to start collecting Monster High pillows, and this would be just a great spot to like have a pile of pillows, you know? I have napped on this bed. It's super comfortable. I had a dream about Monster High when I did those, so I don't know if I'll ever do that again. Here is my welcome committee poster just right above the bed. I do have the Haunted High School down here. I'm really OCD, so I keep everything staged. See, like all the utensils are out and the cupcakes, and there's an apple on the desk and Draculaura's extra stuff. And yeah, I don't know. I keep everything staged. There's a glass for brushing your teeth, you know. I'm just weird like that, and it gives me a place to put everything. There's the chair that goes with one of the Draculaura playsets, the same playset that those things are from. I ended up using the lockers and table as decoration somewhere else. So yeah, this kind of gave me a nice spot to place all those things. Okay, next to that, I actually have a cage full of Fugglers. They're these funky guys that have teeth, right? And I actually have a pretty decent collection of Fugglers. This was maybe one of the first like toys that I had ever started collecting. Maybe this or Lego. I don't know. Obviously, we have the collection, right? And it spans all the way across the wall. I can do an updated collection tour if y'all want, but I do have a collection tour, and I don't feel like it's changed that much. So here's those lockers and that extra table that came with that Draculaura playset. I use them as fear book decoration. Okay, this is where I film, and that's the monitor that I always look at. You sit there on my tripod, and I just, talk directly to you. This is basically what I look at every single day. I do have a subscriber counter on the wall. It's just an Android tablet that I've set to like never go to sleep. So it just sits there and is on all the time with my sub count up. And so that's really nice. What else? The closet next to all of my stuff. I've got my Fearless Queens up there. I do have a couple repeats. See them two, and then those two there. And then that's a different color variant up there as these other two. See? Yeah, they all got their little spray cans. And then Queen of Sugar, Queen of Rar, and then all of my quirky queens, which I do have Queen of Sugar and Rar as well, which I love. Also, this is where I keep my capsule chicks and all their boxes because I'm a hoarder, like I said, so I hoard the boxes. I do have an unopened Capsule Chicks there, but it's because I realized that they're exactly the same, so I'll just get like the same Capsule Chicks, you know? So yeah, there's no point really in opening those. But yeah, that's really it. That's my entire studio. This is, I mean, literally, this is it in one shot. But yeah, that's my entire studio. This is where I film. Yeah, let me get back behind the camera. Okay, so yeah, like I said, nothing too special. I feel like I might have told you to lower your expectations, but if I didn't, you should have lowered your expectations. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Let me know down in the comments if you have any questions that I didn't answer, or you have a favorite doll line that I might enjoy, because please let me know. I'm always down to expand. There's always shelf room, you know. I can get rid of other things in this room and just put more shelves. So yeah, let me know. There's a line of dolls that you think I'd love. What are your thoughts on my little setup? I don't know. I am very inspired by other creators, and they have massive, massive collections. So maybe one day I'll get there, but I don't know. Who knows? I'm working with a limited amount of space. I guess I do have like another spare bedroom. My husband and I live alone. It's a 3-bedroom house. I do have another spare bedroom that I could spill my collection out into, but I kind of want everything to stay in one room, so I don't know. I'm going to have to get really creative with the space in this room. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it. Thank you so much for 1,101 subscriber. You have no idea how cool that is for me to even say out loud. So, yeah, just thank y'all so much. I really, really, really appreciate it. Look forward to my Nefra review. She is going to ship out some point soon-ish. I have another Baby 3 Lily Rabbit Town review coming up. I'm still waiting on those packages as well. There's always something in the mail coming to this house. So, yeah, I will let you know as I receive things. And until then, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and I'll see you next time. Bye, y'all.